Look at the monsters we've become. Look at the monsters we've become. Look at the monsters we've become. Look at the monsters we've become.
Welcome to South Alabama's Valorant team. My name is Brianna, and I'll be one of your casters for today.
I'm William. I'll be the caster for today. Today we're going against RMU Academy White, and we're looking for a good game for South Alabama here.
I don't know very much about RMU, but I'm interested to see what composition they pick here. We know that South Alabama is going to go with their usual, and I'm thrilled as usual to see Mando on Astra. I really, really love seeing Mando's Astra, and I love seeing that character be able to be played at a high level. And I love the fact that RMU has Blonde already hovering over Astra as well, so maybe we'll get a little bit of Astra v Astra.
This is the first time that we've seen Double Sentinel from USA here. We're definitely used to seeing speed on Jet for this map, and then potentially Raze on Bind if we have that in the feature here. And then Rand, of course, with his Sova lineups. Love seeing those.
I am used to seeing Mr. Karomi
Select
on
your agent.
Killjoy, I believe, but now we have USA Diggy. Big shoes to fill.
That is correct. I remember that from last week.
And it does look like, although South Alabama is going for Double Sentinel as usual, RMU is deciding to go towards Double Initiator, which hopefully will benefit them significantly on the attacking side.
Something that Speed has talked about in the past with the double initiator, so it's nice to see other teams bringing it out, because I know that a lot of times we just see double duelists from most teams, so a change of pace will be pretty cool here.
I'm sick of the double duelist. I'll be the one to say it. It's always the Raze and Jet or Reyna and Jet. I think that other agents just have so much more utility in these team-based competitive matches, and it looks like both teams that we've been seeing throughout the entire season have been employing that, with
That's
a
right.
few exceptions.
Of course, of course. We're gonna get started here. Looks like we're gonna have RMU going towards kind of like a split push. Interesting.
There might be... Never mind, I'm unsure. I think, Diggy is going to do the usual Killjoy strat and throw out his turret within that A main just to go ahead and identify anyone holding that aggressively. I think Speed will work his way up mid, hopefully being supported by his Sova, who is moving back towards B, so never mind.
Revealing area.
Nice to see another Sova on the field.
Take flight.
Tyler will clear mid just from tiles. Jet
You say it's
all the
going-
way up in this cat position.
You say it's going for a default here, which is something that I'm not used to seeing because of their, as we talked about before, explosive kind of pushes. So for them to be playing kind of spread out like this is definitely interesting.
I think it'll be beneficial though, because all this noise coming towards this A site has a majority of RMU's players concentrated towards this A site, but Bomb is sitting in B main.
That's right. And they have a Sky anchored up on B right now, so we'll see if...
Blinded.
Oh, she gets some information there. So she probably knows.
Immediately we have the rotation from RMU coming through.
Right. Jet trying to catch them off guard in mid here.
B.
Mando will be absolutely toasted in those grenades. Speed with a good pick onto the Asha. RMU smokes are now down.
30 seconds.
But Grace and Loin able to get a quick trade out.
Spike planted.
Being bombed down there is making it a 3v3 here with RMU's Killjoy very low.
Just
of course.
barely missing that shock dart.
2v2 now. Low health on both teams here.
Some very, very good
Last player
recon
standing.
dart into Boathouse. USA ran one shot here, but D has his back, and that will be pistol round for South Alabama. You know, I was a little concerned with the default on pistol round, and when you're going pistol v pistols, it can be really, really hard to make some space and push onto site without that gunpower you would with a Phantom or a Vandal. But I mean,
Right.
if they make it work and pull the rotations in their favor. Play smarter, not harder.
I saw Rand there for a second buying up a Phantom. I'm kind of glad he sold that, but we
Eyes
definitely
up.
do see Project here not buying any gun at all. I guess he's going to go for his chamber pistol.
Looks like we will get a full push out this B side here. Quick shot dart to clear that close angle.
Looking for some early damage here. Speed pushing on the site, closing that door. Project picking off that sky, making it an early 5v4.
Do not believe they'll be expecting Pipsqueak in this corner if they try and push this CT position. It looks like Ran
nice
and Speed will try.
It's a nice headshot from their Sova there. Juan pushing up, getting a pick on Project, but of course being traded off by Mando. 2v1, and there goes Grace. Another
was a
good
good-
round from USA.
It was a good round from South Alabama, but they did lose 3 of their Spectres. So I'll give the respect where it's due to RMU for being able to grab as many guns as possible off of South Alabama's hand for this bonus round they're about to enter. But it does
Definitely.
look like Gracer Loin will just barely be able to get those full shields on deck.
Looks like they're going to try saving up here, buying for next round, which of course makes sense for this round here.
Looks like USA Speed will either be pushing towards that B main or try and make his way through mid. But Sova Dart will
Right there.
just narrowly miss picking up most of South Alabama's roster. However, Rand Sova Dart will pick up the player on Jin. I will say RMU is very, very concentrated on locking down this A site with a majority of its players, leaving pretty much only Sky to defend this B position with the Killjoy in mid.
Being very quiet here now. Grace getting picked off by Speed there.
Incredible headshot by Speed. We'll get an upgrade from that. You will also get the pick on Pipsqueak.
Like the rest of this team's pushing down mid, not expecting Blonde here. Nice pick from Blonde. 2 picks from their team, making it a 3v3 here.
They only have 1 player on this B site, but that player is going to be incredibly dangerous.
30 seconds left.
Mando will be able to get the pick though, and hopefully Bomb will go down quite shortly. But there's Sova already
Shock dart.
getting prepared for the
Spike
retake.
planted.
Shock
One
Dart just
enemy
barely missing, but Blonde will close out this round for RMU. And I mean, we have a reverse scenario here where last round South Alabama only had 2 guns to their name at the end of the round. And now we see the same thing for RMU. South Alabama will be able to buy up, and RMU will only have 2 guns going into that next round, unless they force. Does look like we're going to see that force coming out, generally speaking.
Placing swarm grenade.
USA definitely has the gun advantage here, so
We can hope.
that's right.
Turn up. You are divided.
Scanning ahead.
Early Astral Wall coming out. Sova Dart from Rand, pinging that Sky on site.
Seems like they're generally placing those Killjoy nades in the same location every round. So USA Speed just trying his best to bait them out quickly
Enemy kill.
and reduce the amount of damage on his team. And he will get to enter Pick onto the Killjoy, completely clearing up site except for the Sky. Just waiting back patiently. South Alabama making the quick rotation to A though. And they will get it for free with an Astra coming up heaven shortly.
Placing swarm grenade.
It's definitely a nice clear from them, making sure to get there as fast as possible while everyone else is rotating.
That Sova Dart by Rand, just pushing off that Astra at the perfect time. We have Kuromi playing for post plant. This is a very, very difficult situation already for RMU to try and retake.
Right. Already down to a 4v2.
USA Rand lurking up to that cap position as we see. It's a 2v4 scenario.
Rand finding a nice pick. 4v1 now, and looks like Astra here is gonna save.
He will run into Lord Rand, and he will shut it down quite quickly. And that will be a third round for South Alabama. I really like the lurk up cat play by USA Rand. I think that he does it rarely enough for teams not to want to full commit to counter it. But whenever he does do it, he does it quickly and at a perfect timing to gain quite a lot of benefit from it. Looks like South Alabama's economy is looking quite flush right now. Most of the players able to buy one another. We have USA Project deciding to go with his ult here. Meanwhile, RMU is having to save.
It's like almost a full save round as well. Only one person seemed to be buying a sheriff there.
Deploying drone.
Speed with pretty much full dominance over this mid position. USA Rand able to hold those players on that A site. However, RMU is lurking up this cat and will most likely see players in mid. However, Project holding with an op, just ready for that peek. USA Rand also able to get a pick on Sky, peeking into that A main position. And South Alabama will re-pivot towards A. Not expecting two players in this tree location, but USA Rand and USA Diggy able to take them out quite quickly. Leaving only Killjoy up in a 1v4 situation with a classic. Not very much you can do here, I'll be honest.
Of course, there's no point in saving, because why would you save a classic? So we'll see what their big plan is here now.
Might as well just make it a heroic attempt. You'll have
get a
more.
pick.
You'll have more money in the long run.
Right. Ideally, even getting one pick here will help kind of take down USA's economy. So, and Project is ready for it.
Holding with that op. It's dangerous. It's kind of scary. Project has gotten much better with the op and really proven why he's USA's consistent chamber player. I mean, he's able to do those economy switches, those op cycling, using his chamber deke when necessary, and using his tour de force has really just flustered USA's economy that much more. And Project is almost maxed out.
Revealing area.
So Dart will come in and detect several players from South Alabama. And we will see South Alabama's Killjoy ult coming out as well. As RMU decides to go ahead and back away. South Alabama waiting until Killjoy is at a decent time to push into sight. And that's a free plant for South Alabama. USA Speed considering this aggressive heaven peek but deciding against it, thankfully.
Seeing some early damage. Nice job from Speed there.
Scanning ahead.
USA Speed not expecting the players
Found one.
so heavily concentrated towards this cap position, and then the retake will commence. And the Astra ult will come out as well, making it very difficult for South Alabama.
Nowhere to run.
However, that Sova ult will
enemy remaining.
secure the bomb's detonation, and that will be another round for South Alabama, thanks to USA Rand.
Good job, Duran, there for playing that so perfectly, honestly.
That was very losable for South Alabama. I mean, you lose your Sova player in that scenario. You don't have the post plant. Diggy did have to detonate his swarms quite early due to how fast RMU was able to get on site. They popped that Astra ult and tried to invest in the round, but USA Rand just had the secure with the Sova ult.
You are so right, yeah.
We just have a flush economy, and we'll see RMU saving once more. Like pretty concentrated towards this tile position. You have Rand and Diggy moving towards A main. Looks like a little bit of a jet showdown happening on top mid right now. We'll be able to get Pipsqueak, and Rand will be able to get the KJ shooting at speed as well. And it does look like they'll decide to push towards this B site.
Like Astra's sitting down mid, trying to get some damage with that Sheriff there.
The Sky has been backside several times, so now they are hard clearing him. Amanda will spot Sky before he spots him.
One enemy remaining.
Rand getting that lurking Sova down mid, very important there. Now it's a 1v5 with a Sheriff and a Dream. Rand finding him, probably relaying to that team where he is so they can watch out for it.
It's a 1v5 situation. All you have is a Sheriff, but you still have to go for those picks and die for your money next round.
Right.
It's not worth saving the Sheriff. Blonde kind of hoping one of South Alabama's players get aggressive. What he doesn't know is that they are leaving through CT. And if I was Blonde, I would run into that bomb. He will save the Sheriff into the next round.
Interesting play from him.
I do have a question. What do you think? How do you think you pronounce RMU Sova's name?
I should play
DK
some
Two
Astros
Shock?
this reality.
Maybe?
I don't know. It makes me think of Apex with the Peacekeeper 2-shot. But I don't know if that's what he's alluding to in Valorant. I'll be honest. It does look like South Alabama is getting prepared for a split push with Jet taking space towards mid and the rest of the team trying to push through this A main position.
And with that Sova dart there, not getting any pings, but noticing that it's breaking there so they know someone is of course on site.
One thing I will note about RMU is they don't really play site very aggressively. You do see the Sky on B side, typically playing on site, but as soon as a initiation begins, he kind of pushes towards that back site. And then on A side, we have Sova and Heaven and Asha typically and Cat. But this will pretty much give South Alabama space for free. Speed going for the cheeky little peek, but unfortunately getting shot down. Now RMU,
One enemy remaining.
4v2 situation, and will close out the round.
It seems like whenever they do hear someone on the site, they're very quick to give it up. So I think they're playing mostly for the retakes here, so they can play as a team instead of getting picked off individually by all 5 players.
And it definitely worked out for them in that circumstance. South Alabama's players were not quite ready to handle retakes happening so quickly before they were able to set up their positions on site and get the utility where they needed to.
Right.
So well done for RMU.
Placing swarm grenade.
I do have to acknowledge the fact that USA Rand is currently going 10-3 on a Sova. So he's definitely putting in the work. He's putting in the hours.
For sure.
Sova Dart
You
will
should
come
run.
out. It will ping Sky
You want
on
to fight
site.
it?
RMU's KJ did consider counter ulting there. That flash will save his life.
Even that side is huge. They know that that Sky is no longer there. Speed pushing into all 5 of them. Unlucky.
Yeah, I do not like pushing through an Astro Wall to see 4
Spike
people
planted.
aiming at me, but to each their own. PK shot likely to get Mando here. PK shot and Grayson Lord both with picks, but Project will trade out the Sova. USA Diggy trying to reposition towards this market. It may work out in his favor.
Last player standing.
1v2 now. No one defusing the bomb here yet. Aw.
Just narrowly missing it, but Blonde will get the last pick onto Diggy and close out this round for RMU. For the rounds that RMU is winning, they seem to be quite quick. It's definitely those retakes whenever they're all pushing all together, and that KJ ult done by Grace or Lauren really secured that round for them. Pushed all of South Alabama's players off that B site, and they just couldn't hold the bomb as they usually do.
Right. Looks
South
like
Alabama's economy is struggling a little bit here. They will be able to buy, but if they lose this round, things are going to start to look a little dodgy.
RMU's Jet ended up losing that operator last round, but bought another one for this round, so we'll see how this one works out.
South Alabama will now know, however, that their Jet player is holding mid with that op.
For a pick down mid. And finding one, good job.
Took him a second, but hey, if it works, it works.
Right, making that 5v4 as soon as you can definitely gives them that upper hand.
South Alabama is slowly working up this cat position, just waiting for one of RMU's players to get greedy, peek them.
Now, them being quiet like this, looks like Astra's actually pushing off of the site here, trying to see if they're going B site.
And this will leave pretty much only Sova until this Astra recoups. Sova just not able to get the pick onto speed, and that will cause South Alabama to have sight here. Bomb will go down. We hear those swarm grenades going onto Bomb. Chromie retreating into A main with his Sova buddy to play for.
This is a 5v3 already, but with the way that RMU is playing, if they push all together and take 1v3s as much as they can easily win this.
Retaking with that op is going to be very, very difficult.
That's right.
I anticipate a save call to be made soon, at least for the Jet player with an op, especially with those picks coming through.
Gonna try to go for that op from heaven. Rand might be looking for it. And does he get it?
Just narrowly misses
No.
the operator. And that will make South Alabama's economy significantly better as RMU takes a huge hit from purchasing that op. Pipsqueak will have money to buy a Vandal as well as shields, but I'm unsure if he'll do so, as the rest of his team will have to save this round.
Scanning ahead.
See a recon dart coming out from USA Rand. We'll just narrowly miss a ping onto Astra and Sova. Now what was interesting is when RMU saved last round, they heavily stacked the site, but now we only see 2 players on this A site. Speed will get the initial pick and Rand will also get his counter, leaving a 3v5 situation for RMU. You see them kind of waiting for one another to be ready for this retake, trying to at least get one gun off of South Alabama.
Alright, any little bit helps here. Speed getting that pick on Sky.
Pipsqueak was able to get a pick on the Mando, but Speed able to shut them down. Grayson Malone will get tagged by that Silva ult, not once, but twice, securing the round for South Alabama. And then we go into the last round of the half. Now we see that all players have the ability to buy, so hopefully we'll see some equal ground fighting this round.
It's quick buying another operator. We'll see how this ends up going.
Again, I just have to comment. USA Rand going now 13-4. USA Speed going 12-8. And we have our Sentinels and our Smoke players doing exceptionally well.
Of course.
Get out of my
Have to
way.
give credit where credit is due. Does look like South Alabama is aiming towards this B push. Some players in mid trying to fight back against this jet. Just taking pop shots with the op into tiles. Will get smoked off by Mando. Speed aggressively hunts down this kill.
He is ready.
Dipsqueak able to get the pick on the Speed and Grace Lauren. Also able to get a pick on USA Rand that leads South Alabama to be down both of his top fraggers.
So it is, of course, now a 5v3 here. Sky letting that all go, trying to find out where these last 3 players are, giving any information they can about what site they might be heading to.
Project and PK2 kind of in this locked position here. PK2 will hear Chamber drop down. He will back up before getting quite any value out of it. South Alabama kind of lost at what to do
30
here.
seconds left.
They have to make a decision and they have to commit to it quite quickly. Looks like Project is grouping back towards B site.
Swarm grenade out.
Blonde able to get a pick on the Mando. USA Diggy
10
able to
seconds left.
trade out. As well as get a pick onto his double.
Last player standing.
I do not think they're anticipating this player to be in back sight. And Sky will close out the round for RMU. Very good half. We have a 8-4 half in favor of South Alabama. Pretty much all close rounds.
You know, even though they didn't win, they did prevent that 9-3 curse. So I don't know, kind of counts like a win in my book.
Hey, we'll count that as a dub for South Alabama as well.
I really like the play from USA in mid because it was, let's see, Chamber was watching the backs of Astra and Killjoy while Killjoy was watching the backs of, you know, Chamber. It kind of felt like a game of chess to me where like one pawn protects the other pawn and, you know, back and forth that way. So it's really interesting to see how they play here.
Here.
Valorant is very similar to a
Show
game
me your
of
true
chess
self.
where you know, skill is important, but
That's right.
that strategy and thinking ahead and trying to outsmart your opponent is just 10 times as valuable as anything else. And South Alabama now having to go against RMU with a 5-man push outside of tiles.
One enemy
But
remaining.
3.
Speed getting 3. USA Mando and USA Rand able to get theirs as well, and that will be a pistol round for South Alabama.
They were ready for that one.
Oh my goodness, I would have been terrified. I don't know how Speed kept his cool.
That jet dash is gonna be right back to my spawn. Are you kidding me? I am not.
I'm not re-peeking that, but
Nope.
if you're USA Speed, USA Speed will take that top frag position from USA Rand. I have to give credit where credit is due as well for the player of RMU Blonde.
Revealing area.
Top fragging on Asha is a difficult agent to top frag on. Not a huge amount of frag potential, but he has also been combining.
I
think this dart might be going to Narnia, but it's a thought that counts.
I have seen that lineup before. I think you're supposed to go to the tip of the tentacle, not the top of the tentacle.
Yeah, you've got to be very particular.
Yes.
You're 1 pixel off and suddenly...
Right.
No, I had confidence in the dart until that second bounce came out. These Astra smokes are being taken away. That should be a hint towards South Alabama that RMU is considering to rotate. USA Mando now to have the 5-minute tiles firing at him. USA Speed with no fear will get a pick, and he will re-peek it. Mando able to get 3, and USA Rand able to get 1 as well, and that will be a round for South Alabama, only losing 1 gun.
Mando had the right idea there. As soon as he saw all 5 of those people put that smoke up and ran right back, and that is exactly what I should have done, what I would have done.
And now you see RMU with their guns out, ready to combat South Alabama.
Right.
We do see Project and Mando holding this A site, and it does look like RMU has its sights locked on it. The Sova Dart will come out, and it will hit the top of boxes. Not
Just
able
missing
to
chamber.
pick up chamber. Sky Flash to clear out anyone holding A main aggressively. They are making quite a lot of noise towards this A main though, so USA Ran and possibly USA Kuromi preparing for that rotation. And you see USA Speed all the way up in Sabrosa trying to listen if they decide to rotate. But the commit will come out. TP just narrowly coming out at a bad time. USA Mando able to get one pick, but quickly traded out by Blonde, who gets two.
Last player standing.
Make it 3.
Spike planted.
Leaving only USA Speed and his daggers.
Give me those
That dash
one
will
enemy
expire,
remaining.
but he will get 2. Has no idea where the
Oh.
3rd is, but Pick Squeak will close it out. That is an incredible round for RMU, but they did lose 4 Vandals in the
That's right.
process. And South Alabama has all the money in the world to invest into this next round as RMU forces up the best that they can.
Clean headshots from Speed there. Really impressive.
Hey, he's the captain. He has to make sure he has that top frag position, you know?
It's like Sova here's gonna go for another lineup. We'll see how this goes. Oh, backing up instead. Quick pick from Mando there. Wow. Speed ready for another 5-man push.
Mando shows no mercy. Kika getting ready for this Sova Dart.
Scanning ahead.
See how this one goes.
It
Okay.
will hit the back. Not quite picking up anyone, but RMU is not making a whole lot of movement here. I think Speed is getting into a very, very good position here in tiles.
Scanning ahead.
I pray they don't rotate towards mid, or else it'll be Thanksgiving dinner for USA Speed.
That's alright.
Does look like they're pushing up into this B main. USA Ran, kind of jiggle peeking, sort of. Sky Flash will come out alerting South Alabama that the
30
initiation
seconds
has
left.
now begun.
Moving area.
Those nades
Makes you go
absolutely destroying RMU's health. Very, very good spray coming out. Not quite getting the damage intended, but Diggy will spray transfer onto the Sova and secure the round for South Alabama. And now I think we'll see a much stickier situation for RMU as they'll have to save this next round, potentially giving South Alabama match point. The timeout for RMU comes out. How do you think, what is your synopsis of what you think RMU could do here differently?
Here.
I'm not sure because
Here.
okay, so I think that at this point Speed has USA has noticed that they are every time they hear them, they're all at one site. They're very clumped together. So maybe they could even try spreading out and trying to trick USA into thinking that they're all going to one site and then making a quick rotate through mid or something like that to get to another site.
Exactly. I wish this timeout came a little bit sooner because I would have loved to see some defaults coming out from
Oh, yeah.
RMU. I feel like South Alabama does not rotate easily. They make sure they have players where necessary at all times. So rotations can defaults can really keep those players spread out and executes to a minimum number of players on site instead of these, slower committing site takes where South Alabama has already invested a majority of their players onto one site and you're having to push into them.
I think also another thing is that they're not really getting these trades. So even though they are pushing as a group, it seems like one person is able to kill. I mean, like we've seen Speed killing 3, and we've seen Mando killing 3. If they need to get those trades out, whenever one person dies, they need to be traded out as soon as possible.
I absolutely agree. Blonde certainly holding a lot of weight for RMU. The rounds that they have won have been thanks to a lot of multi-kills on Blonde's part. USA Speed getting quite aggressive here, trying to take out players when he can. USA Mando able to back him up, get 2 of his own, but he will be Astra starred off. RMU not expecting Sova to be here, and he will get 2. Can he make it 3? And he can! And that will be match point for South Alabama.
Yeah, just not getting those trades.
Match point.
3. Fran able to kill 3 of them there. That shouldn't be happening.
It was a save round on their part, but at the same time, you were able to trade out Speed quite quickly. You should be able to do the same for Rand, have one another's back.
That is correct, yeah.
Now we will see full buys coming out from both teams. Speed kind of
Ready.
taking his time to buy that Vandal, but it does come out.
Scanning ahead.
The start and B main will not pick up any players, but they are waiting outside patiently. The Sova drone completely clearing mid, letting South Alabama know that there are no players currently holding it. But USA Project will still hold that tiles position. An incredible ult coming out from USA Rand, able to tag several players. Now most RMU's players are now at 70 HP.
I don't think you can shoot through that Astro wall there with that shock dart, but I don't know enough about Sova to know if that's correct.
I'm not sure. I don't play enough Sova either. Look, I can cast and backseat all day. I don't know how to play the actual game now. USA Speed will spray through smoke. He will get some damage off, but will take quite a lot in return. USA Rand holding this B main position very aggressively. Jet Blonde just barely missing the headshot, but he will eventually be able to secure it. Diggy trying to take his place, take some pop shots. RMU now only has 20 seconds for this take of B site. And Speed is very closely behind.
You notice there how... Oh, nice 2 picks from Mando there.
10 seconds
And
left.
then thank that to Diggy's.
One person left, and that'll be the end of it.
Defenders
And that will
win.
be our first map for South Alabama. Very well fought from both sides. We didn't really see any incredibly unequivalent rounds until that last side, where we see just how strong South Alabama's defense is with those 2 Sentinels. And we'll be back very, very shortly for Game 2. So stick around and we'll be right back with you.
Look at the monsters we've become. monsters we've become. Look at the monsters we've become. Look at the monsters we've become.
Welcome back to the University of South Alabama versus RMU Academy White on Icebox. We see a couple of changes. We have now subbed out USA Diggy for USA Nerve. It looks like RMU's roster has stayed pretty consistent, as expected with every Icebox map. We also have a match in controllers here with Viper.
We have triple initiator from USA. No duelists.
It's a dangerous game to play. I will say South Alabama has played this composition before, and it was deadly. So I'm excited to see how it works against RMU.
Oh yeah, this will be fun to watch. It's a lot of revealing of locations, because of course you have KO with his knife, you have Sova with his dart, and you have Fade with her eye. So I don't think there's gonna be any hiding from USA this game.
If RMU is able to find a corner that goes unscanned, I will applaud them. I will say though, as someone who played Sage on Icebox in my
Choose your
competitive
agent.
seasons, I am excited to see her coming back, and I hope Pipsqueak brings some pride to the name of Sages.
Icebox, especially for Sage, with that one Sage wall down 2. That's where I'm expecting to see the Sage most. So we'll see definitely how this ends up going.
Then on the attacking side, you have that wall to cut off the backside of A site, and of course, planning on B is just an absolute horror without that Sage wall.
That's right.
USA will be starting on the attacking side again this game. Hopefully able to get enough rounds secured to make the defense as easy as possible. They do only have one Sentinel for both teams here, which honestly, I am excited with how common initiators are being prioritized. Initiators have so much value with both being able to execute onto a site as well as delay pushes. So, all in the hands of USA here to bring some pride to the initiator name.
Guy managing to dodge that knife there.
Just barely. It does look like South Alabama is pushing towards this A site. Very, very slow push here. It does look like RMU kind of anticipates this A hit with 3 of their players posted on this backside position and Sky ready to push in from mid, which he will do now. USA Mando able to get some quick headshots out. Three of RMU players still in that back site, but Spike will go down in South Alabama now. Absolutely shredded through, and that will be a first pistol round for RMU. I think RMU was pretty prepared for an 8-push first round. I rarely see teams go B on pistol round on Icebox for some reason. So they did kind of anticipate that and stack more of their players towards that A site. I really hope Jaguar forces up here along with the rest of his team, but I'm unsure if he will be. He does get half shields and a marshal. There we go.
This is the first time we've seen RMU with a second round bias. So it's interesting to see them pulling out the marshals here.
Viable on Icebox, I feel like, though. I think he can most certainly work. South Alabama is going for this mid to B. They will get quite quick clean pick onto their Sage player in kitchen.
They did wall off too, as I was expecting there.
Mando with an incredible pick onto TK's shock as well. USA Speed able to get Gracer and Lauren, but Jaguar able to get 2 of South Alabama's players, now putting RMU in a 2v3 situation. USA Project expecting both players from the snowman position. South Alabama not giving up these peaks though.
They definitely know about that marshal, so they're trying to play those short angles instead of the long ones. It's definitely going to help them out in this situation here.
Bomb is ticking though.
Last player standing.
Nice trade from Project
able
there.
to trade them out quite quickly. And that will be a thrifty round for South Alabama, completely destroying the economy of RMU. Very good round.
That's the trades I was talking about last game with the RMU needing to make more trades, is that as soon as one of USA's members dies, Project was able to go make that quick swing and take out the player.
I mean, depending on the angles that you play and post up together, there's just absolutely no way both teammates go down unless it's an incredible whiff of the century.
That's right. Or even a lucky shot from the person they're trying to attack there.
Exactly. Did look like South Alabama was considering that A side push, but shifted gears a little bit to move towards B site. Army will see that Viper Walker pull it out immediately to his teammates, and we see every single player from RMU already rotating towards this B site. South Alabama hasn't even gotten past the yellow quite yet. Bomb will start to go down. Shock darts will
Spike
pick
down,
off
B.
Mando. This is what I meant by planning on this B side is just an absolute terror.
That's right.
Blonde able to get some quick damage off. But now, RMU is in a
Last
2v4
player standing.
situation. Bomb will go down.
Spike planted.
As Phoenix tries his best to heal. Now you have 3 players staring at your last node location.
I would let you live.
USA Project
does
with a
not
quick
compute.
snipe to close out this round. South Alabama's economy looking very, very flush right now. They have a majority of Vandals and Phantoms. Project will throw away that Marshall to go ahead and upgrade. Each of their players having enough money to buy next round. Meanwhile, RMU will force buy here up to full loadouts. But they have to win this round or else they're going to be pushed
Your
into a
mind's
save
over.
in the next.
That's right. Trying to get any advantage here is definitely what RMU needs to do.
South Alabama absolutely posted up. Ready for any player to push out of this A side. Does look like RMU saw the Viper wall come out and heavily rotated towards B, but Bomb is already working its way up A. Viper starting to sniff out something a little bit fishy and go ahead and rotate back towards this A position.
That is so right. Viper here anchoring. It's USA being very quiet.
I do not think that they're going to expect this chamber. Just narrowly missing that peek onto Grace, but USA Rand will peek him anyways and secure the kill.
I win again.
USA Speed is good for at least 2 this round, pushing RMU in a 2v4 situation with Pipsqueak and PK2 Shock down to do it all. Very good Sova Dart will come out, but be shot quite quickly by USA Nerve. It's a difficult retake scenario. Each player has to get multiple picks to win here. Pipsqueak to start it out with a pick onto
Last
USA
player
Speed,
standing.
but he will get detected by that KO knife, as well as Fade's dog with no time to defuse the bomb. They will be saving this Vandal into the next round.
Saving here was definitely the pick because, like you said, they needed to win that last round because they didn't. They're down a bunch of money. So buying up shields here and kind of getting whatever you can is very helpful for RMU.
At least they will have 1 Vandal to bring into this next round, but I do worry about that player only having $450 where the rest of the team is saving. But it does look like Blonde will be buying up with them as well. Never mind. They will majority be buying for next.
You want to play? Let's play.
That is a very scary ulti here coming out from Speed. That KO knife will detect a player on yellow, as well as the Sova Dart, showing that he is escaping that yellow position, and South Alabama knows that they have sight for free completely right now. It's a very good Sova Dart.
I don't think RMU has felt the wrath of Speed's operator yet. This will be interesting to see how they react to this. So far, all we've had is another member of USA on Chamber last game, but Speed this time.
Speed be showing the pain with the operator, but
that's right. As
does not look like RMU will be peeking him, and I cannot blame them.
That's right.
This is a 5v5 fight for this B site, though. South Alabama refusing to make that rotation. USA
Speed getting 2.
Speed showing the pain with the operator, leaving only Blonde left for the battle, but Speed will close that one out as well, claiming another round for South Alabama.
That'll be the end of round 5, moving on to round 6 now.
The economy for South Alabama looking very, very lush right now. They have plenty of room to wiggle around, and you know, even if they lose this round, they'll have money to buy for next. But I can't quite say the same for RMU. They have to gain some momentum early on in this half to be able to take the lead where they can.
RMU says you're only able to afford a Spectre, so they're already down in gunpowder here.
Where are you?
Fade Eye will come out, clearing that backside position. South Alabama will have a site, and bomb will go down respectfully.
Spike planted.
This is RMU's specialty, these coordinated retakes, starting off with that Phoenix ult coming out. But Project, and that little head glitch, Pipsqueak able to get a pick on the Mando. Project able to get a pick on the Blonde.
They're trying to go for any information they can here to get themselves the upper hand. But of course, as we've seen already, USA has every bit of information that they can get with the eye and the KO knife and
One
Silver
enemy
Star here.
remaining.
RMU has invested
player
2
standing.
ults into this round, so it's kind of necessary for them to win it, but I do not believe they'll have time to defuse the bomb, and they will go down with this ship as USA Rand collects another clutch to add onto his belt.
We've seen a lot of these save rounds from RMU, so I'm expecting maybe just another classic buy like we've seen in the past year.
Looks like they're aiming more towards a buy for next, with Blonde just going full out, going ahead and buying that Spectre. $900. I do not believe that they'll have the credits to buy for next round, but the rest of his team will, as South Alabama has enough money to go around. KO knife will get destroyed, but South Alabama now knows that they are holding aggressively towards this yellow, but they quickly back off as South Alabama begins pushing out onto this B site. Again, on B side, we just have these 5v5s. As soon as Viper Wall comes, you have RMU's rotations coming out, trying to get that pick on the USA Nerve, but he's ready for it. Pipsqueak with 1 HP and a Dream, able to get a pick onto the planter, but USA Rand and USA Speed able to get 2 of their own. Blonde able to shut down Speed. And Jack World able to make it a 2v2. Blonde able to make it a 2v1. And now on a 1v1 Project v Blonde. He will get double blinded, and Blonde will be able to thrifty this round against South Alabama. Very, very good round from RMU. I do believe RMU is rotating very, very quickly and heavily towards this B side, but it's working out in their favor, and South Alabama did not rotate after noticing that. Looks like South Alabama's favoring this mid position here. I wonder if they'll do another mid to B.
Yeah, mainly down B, mainly down mid, as you said. Viper will
Tongue
plug at
twister.
the wall.
Looks like it's mid towards A, interestingly enough. We do see the Sage Wall coming out to try and shut that down. But USA Rand is unstoppable. I don't think they expect Pipsqueak to be here. But you want to know who does? USA Rand with the second pick of the round.
I think they had an idea because of that Sage Wall, so they're probably looking around for her. Speed in this really weird angle, waiting for these rotators. This is an angle I would play, and I get yelled at all the time for my stupid angles.
I would definitely not be the one to clear this, and I'm thinking Pipsqueak, actually.
Wow.
PK Shock might, and he does.
Surprising. I get called a rat for saying that angle all the time. It's so funny.
Oh, I'm sure that's the word Speed is using right now. This unbeatable up-down by Mando and Rand, able to secure the round for South Alabama. USA Speed going 12 and 6, really dominating this icebox map as Chamber. I'll give it to him. But Pipsqueak holding his own as a top fragging Sage. It's not an easy job, but
Honest work, right?
honest work. South Alabama will have plenty of money as usual, as we've seen in this icebox game where they have
Is
the
Speed gonna get
momentum.
shields?
Speed will not get shields. He doesn't need them. He's ready to go. Hopefully he will face the consequences of his actions and get
Right.
duped by a phantom.
You want to play?
Or a
Let's
ghost.
play.
That would be
It's that
funny.
operator.
Hey, you don't need shields when they're one shot to the body.
Right.
Grisserloin does have an ultimate on this ace site, but South Alabama looks nonetheless completely committed.
Mando waiting for this wall to break. Maybe trying to almost go for a flank here?
I don't know if he'll be anticipating the Sova.
Shut down.
Oh,
Sova will be
unlucky.
able to... Will he pick up Mando's Phantom? Yes, he will. South Alabama moves towards this B site, but I think RMU is able to sniff it out, especially hearing that bomb go
Spike
down.
planted.
PK2 Shock's ultimate able to get his double off the board, but USA Speed is holding
Going up.
with an op.
Nice job.
Do not think they expect this Sova to be here, but USA Speed able to get the quick scope anyways, as well as get this pick onto Sage. And I believe he is on for an ace here, but I
Right,
don't
but-
believe these two players will be peeking
One
this.
enemy remaining.
Oh,
Last player standing.
the bomb
They-
took his ace.
They will, but South Alabama playing smart enough to allow enough time for the bomb blow up before that defusal comes out.
You know what could have helped him for that ace?
Better aim?
He had shields.
He had shields. You know what? I could get behind that.
He had 4 health
Does
at the end of
anyone
that.
have
I mean,
You know what? I'm glad he didn't ace there, because if he aced without buying shields, it would just be even more of a flex, if I'm honest.
it's true.
It does look like we have a Sage operator with no shields on the board right now. Barely missing that pick on the project, but now he knows not to peek that again. We do see Phoenix ult coming out, but it will not have any value as project shuts it down at the very end of the timer. I like this play here by South Alabama, slowly moving up towards this A position, having ran to hold anyone trying to come through mid, such as that Phoenix, and USA Mando being able to sneak up B for scenarios like this where rotations come out from heavy-sided RMU on A site.
Crazy. Sage just rotated over to A, and then here comes USA pushing down B. So Sage can have to rotate back to B.
Rockart will come out, but it won't get an incredible amount of damage on the planter as Bomb is able to still go down. And South Alabama is already set up for post-plant. Absolutely nobody on yellow, nobody is peeking. Solely ready to hear that bomb defusal sound go off.
Face your fear!
Oh my gosh. This
It
is
is-
a game of Overwatch now.
It is
All
just
the utility.
absolute util dump. Nobody able to pick up USA project. Manda going for the spray transfer, but
player
bomb
standing.
will go off, and that will be another round for South Alabama. We're getting into dangerous territory here where a 9-3 is possible once again, and I am worried. We gotta have an 8-4, a 10-2, no 9-3s. It does, however, look like RMU is in a difficult situation economically, and South Alabama is very, very well off, so they will be saving for RMU, and that pretty much just almost secures a 9th round for South Alabama, unless RMU does something crazy. South Alabama again starting off in this A push position with 3 players of RMU on A site. USA Speed able to get the first pick onto Jegward.
Bring them down.
And the execute will start with the util dump. Graceloin able to get a very, very good pick onto USA Mando, but USA Rand able to get Blonde with his ult, and USA Nerve able to trade out his
Last
teammate.
player standing.
Steve is right, fully aware of the person on the flank because of that surefire that went off.
And I mean,
Last
South
round
Alabama
in
with
the
these
half.
up downs on Icebox. Icebox is full of places to play up downs, and they are taking absolute advantage over every single one of them. I mean, what can you do about an up down? Coordinate with another player. Say, okay, you aim at the top, I aim at the bottom, and hope both of you hit your shots. It's a very, very difficult thing to counter for RMU here.
That's right.
Oh my goodness, USA Speed going 18-8.
Wow. Over a 2.0 KD ratio in.
Pipsqueak going for an aggressive jump on the Sage Wall, but USA Speed was expecting it, able to shut it down quite quickly. USA Rand also able to get the Phoenix holding the top site.
No information for that flash there, just outside of that Viper bubble.
Bomb has still yet to go down. It's a very, very good
Spike down A.
Sova Dart coming out. Jeg Ward and PK Shock able to give two very, very good picks. USA Project doing the most he can, but Speed able to close out the round anyways for South Alabama, and we will have a 10-2 half in their favor.
Switching sides.
Very, very, very scary thing to go against a team with 3 initiators when they're starting on the attacking side. But now we'll see if South Alabama can hold that momentum and capture 3 more rounds on defense.
That's right.
We did see RMU win pistol round first half, so I wonder if that'll happen again.
RMU, as we saw last game, is very coordinated with their pushes, so I'm already seeing it here that they're grouped together and ready to go down towards A site.
Again, everyone goes A site first round on Icebox. I don't know what it is. I don't know what kind of chokehold A site has on Valorant players, but they just love it on Icebox.
Definitely noticed that as well, and on some other maps too.
I would be very, very terrified of USA Rand and USA Mando lurking up from mid behind RMU's players with no chamber trip to stop them, and they will get a pick onto their Sova player. And continue pushing behind them with USA Speed, and they are just absolutely getting sandwiched here.
Look at both Restrictor here. I mean, they're just wrapping around them and squeezing them in, trying to restrict how far they can move and what angles they can take.
Now in a 3v3 situation. Sky just not looking up, able to get the pick.
One enemy
The
remains.
Speed, Pipsqueak able to get the pick on the Mando, but Rand closing it out. Blonde 1 HP here.
Wow, nice flick from Rand there.
And that will be pistol round for South Alabama. RMU almost winning their second round of, pistol round of the game, but just narrowly missing it by a couple HP. And just a quick little glitch out of the Interflame Frenzy there, but we're all good. It's not
Both teams are trying to force here, actually. Something that we don't see very often, but if you're trying to get that away from the was it the 12-2, trying to get away from that match point, so maybe catching USA off guard.
They have to force here. I mean, they have to gain momentum at some point. They can't allow South Alabama to get into match point, even if it means they get Vandals next round. USA Rand fighting for his life in kitchen here, able to get USA able to get 3 picks, but Pipsqueak able to get his own. 3 picks make it 4, just narrowly missing a 5th. Hopefully. A USB flash drive coming out from Project, as well as a dog, and the run and gun will win this round for South Alabama.
You say USB flash drive?
Yes, I did. Is that not what KO be throwing?
I don't know what it is.
So-
But I guess it could be, right?
This is a little USB. He's a robot, okay? It's
Yeah,
on
I guess.
theme. Look, we call sky dogs dogs, and they're not even dogs.
Yeah, they're tigers, I know.
Isn't the a Fade's dog not a dog either? Isn't it cat?
So.
I think they're
I
cats.
think they are, yeah. You know she has paws on the bottom of her feet too, right?
Wait, oh really? That's
Yes,
adorable.
Fate has little paws on her.
Oh, blessed. USA Mando just jumping around here trying to get away from RMU's players pushing aggressively out of this B-side position. He's able to get one as the Viper from the other team is lifted into the heavens to take out USA Mando, and Spike will go down. Viper ult will also come out. The RMU doing everything they can to secure this round and deny a game for South Alabama. Now in a 4v3 situation.
Again, just closing them in. Only one player left.
Speed just spraying and praying, and somehow all the shots are hitting, and that will be
The game.
the last round for South Alabama. 13-2, and that will be the end of our series. 2-0 for South Alabama. Very, very well fought for both teams, and we appreciate both teams coming out. And as always, GG's. And we will be back very shortly for our player interview.
Look at the monsters we've become. 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 Look at the monsters we've become.
And welcome back to South Alabama Stream. We have Mr. Project here for our player interview. Project, how do you feel right now?
I feel great. We popped off.
Y'all did, certainly. And I think that Icebox map really showed it through and through. Which map did you prefer playing more?
I prefer Descent. I don't like playing that KO.
So that kind of gets into my next question. It's about how you feel about Chamber versus KO. I mean, that's very different play styles.
Chamber, I feel, is a lot better because I like the TP because I used to be a Jet 1 trick. And then you got to play Chamber now in KO. So
Understandable. Did the triple initiators feel any different from how you guys played on Ascent? Did you feel like you lost anything from not having a duelist, or do you felt like it was easier for you guys?
felt like it was a lot easier to get onto site. We had a bunch of flashes, a bunch of util. We were able to just knock them down.
Awesome. Now I have to ask some chat questions. How can you see like these massive W's with the rest of your team for this season? Like, do you expect to be just stomping like this all the way, or what teams are you worried about going up against?
I mean, honestly, I'm not worried about any teams. I mean, we got
Okay.
Davis, he's popping off on the Chamber Jet. We got Tyler on the Sova. It's got the most amazing lineups. Nerves popping on Fade. Diggy did great on KO for Ascent. Our team's just all around good. We got the strats and everything.
Ego.
No, I respect it. I mean, as long as you back it up.
So what is your overall favorite map to play?
Favorite map? That would be Bind, the one map I'm not on.
Oh no. What is who would you play on Bind if you were playing?
They'd probably put me on either Chamber or Jet.
Is that who you would want to play?
Oh, 100%.
I know we've seen
Bring-
a lot of who's it's raised a lot from Speed, so
Yeah.
but yeah, it's pretty interesting, man.
Do you have a favorite moment from today? A favorite moment between the maps that you played?
No, not really.
No, really. Oh, I respect it. I will say, how were comms today? I mean, things did get, incredibly hectic. Whenever we did see fights going out and team fights happening, they tend to conclude very quickly. I wanted to see how comms were for you guys throughout the games.
Comms were pretty good. Maybe once or twice they were a little lacking.
Were they hectic? Were you guys screaming?
Yeah, pretty hectic. I know I was screaming.
Understandable.
How did you feel about RMU's playstyle?
It was interesting. They didn't really control mid too much, so
I do remember
Turn it down there a
the defending pistol round for the first
bless.
round where Speed came in, got 3 kills, and everyone else was able to clean up and make it a nice quick round.
Five men peeking from tiles is absolutely terrifying for any player.
yeah.
But yeah. Is there anything you want to say to all the viewers in chat who absolutely, love you and cheer you on every single game?
Thanks for the support.
We got a whole fan group going on. We gotta bring out more project content. Keep the chat occupied. But yeah. I did want to say good games to everyone on your team. Good games to you, Project. You performed incredibly well. And I'm proud of how far you've progressed as a player throughout this season. I'm very, very impressed with just how much you improved. And, maybe you came into the team as a Jet one trick, but you have definitely held your own as Chamber and KO. But yeah, good games to South Alabama and good games to RMU. I wanted to thank all the players that came out and gave their time to compete against one another in a friendly manner and keep things clean and coordinated. And I'm sure I had a lot of fun casting. Did you have a lot of fun playing Project?
Yes.
And that's always the goal. Well, thank you guys for watching so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, good game.